Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we are back in black, baby, and we are ready to open the vault for you tonight. Now, guys, if you've followed some of the campaign that we've got going on right now on Facebook, some of the stuff that's been sent out in email, what we try to do is to share as much value as we possibly can on the front end, so that you can really understand more about our business, the industry, some of the ups and downs that people have, the pain of the marketplace, the struggle that people go through in the industry, so that when you get into starting a business, you really know what to do. Like, there's no guesswork. We really take the guesswork out of the way so that you have a real focused target. Like, you got a direction, you know exactly where you're going, right? It's like being laser focused. So what we do is we put it into a situation where we kind of like break it down almost like a paint by numbers set, quite honestly. And then we roll out the red carpet for you, and we give you everything that we personally do, okay? So that includes things like what would you send out? What would you post on Facebook to become the attractor factor? What would you send out as an email to get inquiries? What kind of graphics would you use? What sort of training would be offered? So we take out all that guesswork for you, right? But you know, every so often, what happens is sort of on the path of life, on the path of personal development. You know, you grow, you go up, you go down, you go up. It's kind of like the climbing the mountain, then going through the valley, and climbing the mountain and going through the valley. You know, and life is very interesting that way. But as you start going on this path of personal development, what happens is that you start going to events. Okay. Now, I was very, very fortunate that on one of those paths on the event, I was at a personal development event, a leadership conference. And I had the opportunity to meet the gentleman that you're about to meet here today. Now, we had a chance to connect. We had a chance to exchange ideas. And we come from the very similar background, very similar, you know, the grassroots, networking, you know, where you kind of told them, make a list of your friends and family, et cetera. And, you know, some people actually do very, very well at that business model, and some people just fail miserably, right? And you know, the interesting thing is that Franco that you're going to meet here, Franco Gonzalez that you're going to meet here today, he was actually one of the guys that was really good at it, right? He could master it and build organizations into the and we got an opportunity to really break bread, talk about some concepts and ideas. And what was very interesting, guys, okay? Pay very close attention to this. What's very interesting that I'm going to share with you today is that our industry is very casual, right? There's no hype. There's no get in now. There's no lock your spot. It's really driven on connections, relationships, right? And if you get this, you'll literally never have to worry about money ever again for the rest of your life. So Franco, welcome to the call here tonight. I'm excited to have you on. Just turn back the clock a little bit, Franco, and share with us a little bit about your story, how you got started in this industry, and some of the stuff that I was talking about real relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate the invite. I've been watching you guys and joined the team because of what I saw you guys doing out there. We were talking before, and you know, Alan invited me in just because of his marketing. So a lot of what I'll share with you tonight is how you can basically you can connect, you can get to better relate with people, you can build a relationship, and you can add value just in your content and emails. But you know, that's getting ahead of ourselves. But that's we've been following each other. He's been on one of my downlines, I've been on some of his, and we just were on the same email list. So I saw what you guys were doing, and it just clicked. We do a lot of very, very similar things. I'll tell you 100% right now, just being completely honest, you blow me away with the kind of graphic posting you teach people to do. That's one of the things that are not my natural strengths. I've had to get better and better with that through the years. But what you guys do with sharing ideas and concepts and putting that in a graphic morsel that you can take directly to social media and make an instant connection at some kind of level with a complete stranger, man, you can turn strangers into buddies like this in a nanosecond. Just doing that, it's subliminal, a lot of it. You don't have to really understand the psychology with it, but it just works, right? And then people they get a little more curious, they come to your profile. But going back, I tell you what brought me to this industry was a lot of frustration with, you can learn some skill sets. Like you said, I came up through the military, so there was no kind of, the mindset was there. I was always connected to good personal development because some key leaders in the military when I was young, they led me that way. They said, hey, look, you can probably shoot a rifle, you can be a good combat paramedic, you can do a lot of the things that they're training you how to do. But if your mindset is off, that stuff, those tools aren't going to save you, and you ain't going home to your wife or going home to mama. So it took mindset development training. And so ever since then, I've always had a book in my hand. I've always been leading the way with my mindset first. Attitude was everything. But when I got out of the military, I was looking for some place to build a brotherhood in. If ladies, pardon the pun, I know we're in 2017 and those are taboo, but I was looking for a brotherhood. I was looking for esprit de corps. I was looking for camaraderie. I was looking for that thing, that feeling you get when you're with a tight team of people focused on excellence and improvement daily, and you call yourself on your issues, and you don't let each other get away with any lame excuses, and you're constantly driving and improving together as a unit, helping each other out. Nobody gets left behind, everybody goes home. That kind of mentality, I wasn't finding it, to be honest with you, in the civilian world. So I found home-based business. I found how to do some skill sets, and I started learning how to put people together and plug them into an organization, a team, a system, if you will, functions, tapes, books, that sort of thing, showing the plan. But the frustration was that it wasn't leveraging. They talk about leverage a lot, and I was like, whoa, I'm doing, you hear the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the, 20% of the effort, 80% of the results, 80-20 rule. It was kind of working backwards with me because I kept on rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding. You build something up on your own effort. The inaction of other people or inability to kind of cohesively teach that and replicate that would make it fall apart. Then you'd have to build up again and fall apart, build up again. And I came to the internet looking for that final piece of the puzzle, that leverage. But when I came, I met up with a couple of years of utter and complete failure. I had no sphere of influence online. I had no, because you can't cross recruit, and all that, get in trouble. So I had to start from scratch, but I had no skill set. I had no list, right? Everybody's, oh, but you guys have a list. You guys have a list. Yeah, maybe year 16, we have a list. I had no list I had no list in my first couple years. How do you build a list? So I had all these questions, and what I found, Darren, is that I couldn't get them answered. Everybody wanted to sell me something. Hey, give me $37,000 for my big guru training, mega magic button special, and you'll learn all the mysteries of the universe. I did that a couple of times. I came away with no mysteries, so I got frustrated at that, and then all of that led to just, the realization was I don't have any skill set, can't build an email list. I don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to advertise to generate a lead. Social media was barely getting started. And I thought, number one, I'm running myself crazy here, getting no results. I'm trying to master a whole bunch of different things. I'm information overloaded. I'm overwhelmed every day. Everybody that I ask a simple question, everybody gives me different answers. So I ask 17 people, I get 19 different answers. It wasn't making sense to me. And the one thing that hit home was, if I'm not the sharpest tool, but I'm not the dullest tool in the tool shed, I like to think. If I'm having an issue with this, can you imagine bringing new people that have never met a mouse or a keyboard or the internet or anything like that? This has got to get simpler. It's got to get simpler. And so that's when I was led to people, and I started watching people that were actually getting results. And what I found, Darren, was the more I found people that were getting real numbers, the people that were kind of struggling with me, that I would go to ask questions because I was too embarrassed to ask like producers or buy a $40 book or a course or, you know, things to educate myself from people that were really doing it. I was going to the kind of the path of least resistance, if you will, to my peers, and we weren't getting any results, and they were complicating all kinds of stuff. It was very overwhelming to hear from people like that. But then I started shifting, going, well, who are you following? Who's really making it happen on the internet and making it at least look simple? You know? So I started finding certain people. And the more I found people, the more success I found in those people really producing. They would tell me the same thing. They would tell me, well, you know what? See one, do one, teach one. Keep it simple. You're overcomplicating, you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing. Meet 5 people today, you know, on social media. And I was like, meet 5 people? You're the guru, man. Show me how to get 17,000 leads today, or, you know, all of this magical stuff I keep hearing. And they would chuckle and laugh, and they would ask me straight, the good ones would ask me straight up, what do you want? What do you really want? And then I would think, okay, I'm just going to, you know, tell him what I think he wants to hear, and I would tell him what I want. He goes, okay, what do you really want? And I would tell him that. It would take a little bit. And why? Why do you want that? Because I can sit down and really break this down for you. But number one, if what you want, you really don't want, and if what you want, you really don't have a strong enough why for, I can waste my time and tell you how this really works. And a week from now, I'm going to be the scammer. You're going to blame me for all your failure, and you're going to quit and say nothing works. So I was running into some really tough love and some reality, but I appreciated it. And what I learned was, you know what? These guys really do simplify to the core. And when I kept on going down, trying to reduce the fraction, trying to reduce it to its core. And at the core, it came full circle. And it was all about the skill sets I had learned offline, which were all of bringing those online, adding a little bit of leverage, because when you say something on the telephone or belly to belly with somebody at a diner, you say it, and that moment is gone. We can talk about quantum and all this stuff, but at that, in our little human perception, that moment happened right there and it's gone. But the funny thing about Facebook and Twitter and a YouTube little video is that you can say something to X person and upload that to YouTube, and now you keep saying that to infinite people over and over and over with the same emotion, the same energy, the same right from the heart, no teleprompter, not scripted. And when I learned that bit about connecting with people and the basics, and then finding a way to get that energy, and it sounds crazy, but get that energy and put it inside of a little online bottle called a 1-minute video or a post on Facebook with a picture that draws a little emotion and adds a little context to the story. And I posted a couple of days ago a picture, you know, Facebook gives you memories of what happened 3 years ago. And it was my 2 little daughters at the beach in Southern California. And yeah, so I just made a post about how blessed I felt that I've been able to spend every single day of their life with them, not watching them grow up on my Facebook, having other people, daycare centers or whatever, sending me pictures. Oh, look at Valerie lost her first tooth. Oh, how do you feel in the cubicle about that, Dad? You know, and so I posted something like that with a picture. Hey, guess what? I feel so blessed that I was the guy taking the picture, not the guy receiving it in a cubicle downtown. You know, so little things like this, and I learned, it's all about connecting with human beings, learning how to be of value to them. And the magical part of the internet to me has been taking that and putting it in a piece of content. Doesn't matter if it's an email, a Facebook post, a meme, a picture with words written on it, or a video on YouTube. And you begin to put them there. And every single question, every single conversation, every single thing that I started getting from other people, or that I had myself, you know, I would say, well, what were the questions that I had? What was so frustrating? You know, nobody would tell me how to build a freaking capture page. It drove me absolutely nuts. It's a simple little 1 page. How do I do that? And so I would write that down. That's the other thing too. I'm always writing ideas down, right? Whether it's on a phone or whatever, however you do it, doesn't matter. I'm an old guy, so you still catch me with Office Depot little notepads and cheap pens and stuff. So I would write those down though, and I'd say, you know what? How did I do that? Let me make a quick little video on how I did that. And it's funny, Darren, later on, your content begin to have these never-ending conversations with people. And as I was writing it to one person that maybe replied to an email and say, yeah, but how do you build a capture page? You know, I hate your program, but how do you build a capture page like you? And I would create a little video to answer that lady's question. But it would be on YouTube and I would share it on Facebook, and untold of thousands of people can see that video and get that resolution. So now, little by little, I started to become a resource, not for everyone on the planet, you know, but a resource for some people. And I was okay with that. And I would weave in a little bit of my story and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I would add value. And so that little army of content begins to grow. And then you're out there having all these conversations. And those were just from my own questions. Then, you know, questions from other people start coming in. So I'm wondering, wow, okay, so I've got this little machine going. No, I would look around. It's like, I guess, you know, yeah, I can go to YouTube. You know, I've done this almost never. Is people say, well, go to Google and go to YouTube. And that's right. That's where I started learning too. But as you go along, you're plugged into great teams like this one, and you plug into some in all the file section, the videos, the photos. When I found teams that I would embed myself in good teams because of the raw material, the resources. And so then when I would get questions, I just would go to my resources and I would create my own version of that, going, you know what, I would say it this way. I'm going to ABC 1, 2, 3. Let me cut this video. You know, and so I just started doing that. And the relationship started flowing. But that was the big aha moment, was this is all about people, all about asking questions about what they want, how I can serve them, and then being there. So many people will post like a drive-through, right? They just drive-through posting. It's like post-through. They just post and they disappear. And when people come to them with questions, they might not be reading or listening to good podcasts or audiobooks or audios. They might not be plugging into a group like we have here in the file section, watching videos. They might not have a lot of good content rolling in that become the answers to other people's questions later as you start getting questions. But I made that an effort. So little tiny pieces of content became a never-ending conversation. And then I was able to take that, simplify the marketing process, ask questions, lead them to a video, and then plug them into an environment where they can flourish. You know, they can, maybe I'm not the best at answering questions about Twitter or this or that, but on a good team, I can plug them in and go, hey, listen, make yourself available, take part, plug in, pay attention, ask a lot of questions in your own marketing to your prospects, but begin to focus on becoming a resource for other people. Just be one step ahead of them, and always stay plugged into your personal development, because that's all it's been to me. After that, it really has become a mantra of trying to keep it as simple as humanly possible. And that, I mean, that's a long-winded version, but that's a little bit of my trajectory and my story. And the more we go, the more I talk to you and Ari and so many other people that are making it happen at big, big levels. Our vision conversations and our mindset conversations can go endless for hours. But I mean, really, how often do we talk about the mechanics of our business? It's like, oh, we keep it simple. Watch a video and roll, plug them into training. Let's roll. You know, so it's really cool that we all aim to simplify and focus on people.
You know what I want to do here, Franco, is I want to read a little recap here so that we can break this down for people to really understand what we're talking. Just mute you out here because we got echo coming through. Okay, so guys, what I want to do right now is I want to explain to you, because I want you to really leave here with some value tonight. Okay, I want you to really leave here and go, oh, okay, I get it now. typically when people come into our industry, they typically come from a number of different industries. Okay, real estate, mortgage broker, insurance agent, automotive industry, stockbroker, or retail. Okay, that's typically, right? Doesn't mean it's all the time, but a good portion of those people bridge over into retail over to here, right? Now, when you come from those type of businesses, those type of industries, those are features and benefits driven business models. So real estate is how many square feet, how many bedrooms, does it have a view, what are the number of bathrooms, et cetera, where's the location, right? When you move into the automotive industry, it's power steering, power brakes, 4-door, 2-door, convertible. Those are all features and benefits driven businesses. Okay, mortgage brokers, the insurance, the interest rates and the payments and blah blah blah. Okay, same thing with insurance. Now, when people come into this business model, and let's say they have a product, and there's this little battery thing. Okay, now coming from features and benefits, they're like, if I got a deal for you, check out my battery, right? And that's not our business model. It's not our business model. So what happens is they fall flat on their face, and they can't figure out, why does nobody want to buy my battery? I don't get it. Like, this thing's got 10 times the battery charge. Why doesn't anyone want to buy my thing? Whatever it is. Could be weight loss, could be skincare, nutraceuticals, power, online tools, doesn't matter. Okay. Now, there's something internally inside our body that's called the polarity of the magnet. Okay. So if I walk into a retail store and I'm like, can I help you, sir? Right? People typically will go, I'm good. I'm just looking. Action. So when you come at a person, I'm telling you, I look better. I feel better. You've got to try my product. I'm not interested. Instantly. Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing. We are actually in a business model of personal development and leadership. That's our business model. Okay. It's not features and benefits. It's not trying to convince people. It's personal development and leadership. Now, what does the leader do? Okay. The leader leads the way. So what do? They learn something, right, that they didn't know before. They implement it for a couple of days to get a little bit of results, and they share the results. What leaders do. So they learn something, they implement it, they collect a little bit of data, and they share the results. Now, what Franco was talking about there is he was actually becoming the solution to people's problems. So they were having problems. He had the solution that developed rapport, developed the relationship, the connection, trust factor. And then from you go, well, what is it that you do, right? And that pulls people in, and boom, all of a sudden you got, boom, sales, right? The more value that you provide to people, right? The more that you give of yourself. I call it making universal deposits into other people's lives, right? So what I tell people to do is make a minimum of 3 universal deposits per day into other people's lives, okay? And you will literally never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. No joke, okay? So a lot of times when I'm actually making sales, they're not with the person that I'm talking to, because I'm making a universal deposit into somebody's life that might not even be on my team. They might not even be in my business, okay? But because of that, it's a universal law that I'm going to get compensated here on this other side. So a lot of those, $1,000 payments that come in, or $2,000, $5,000 commissions that come in, I'm actually making those while I'm helping somebody. Help enough people get a life what they want, you'll get out of life what you want. Have you found that same thing? Franco, just share with us a little bit about your experience. Just unmute your line there. Have you found that same thing for yourself? Oh, you're muted there, pal. If you could just go up to the top and unmute.
I thought I did that.
Okay,
it should be good now. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. I mean, I've never focused on let me wake up today and I'm going to go and close sales. I'm going to close somebody. That's never been the mission. It's never been on the plan of the day. It's never been on the agenda. what I want to do every day is I ask myself, how can I add value to the people in my marketplace today? Who can I connect with? And I mean, it could be the basic of basic stuff. I could just, let me give you a specific example, right? So I can show up on my homepage on Facebook, when you're on the laptop, not on the phone, but when you're on a computer, on the little right-hand side, you could see what the people you're connected with, what they just did right now, where they reacted, they put a little smiley face somewhere, they commented somewhere. And it could be as little as, let me go and just connect authentically, sincerely with 15 people right now based on their previous, 3 to 5 different most recent posts, right? So I'll pick a couple of people at random that I know I haven't been connecting with recently, and I'll go to their profile and I will see, because I don't want to just meet them in some other thread that I know they just commented on, because that's somebody else's thread or whatever. But I think the psychology has always been stronger when I take the time to go to their place where they put a little bit of their heart and their mind, and they made themselves at least a little bit vulnerable to post something themselves. Not to just like and comment and agree in somebody else's thread, but when they post something. So I go there and I see. And if it's pretty, stuff like, hey, they're sharing pictures of their kids or an issue or a problem or this or that or whatever they're doing, I'm going to appreciate that. I'm going to acknowledge that they're alive. I'm going to say something that'll light up the day. I'm trying my hardest to do something sincerely to put a smile, either physically or mentally, in that person's life at that moment when they see that I was there, right? So I'll like it, I'll heart it, whatever, and I'll write something to that effect. And I'll do that like 15 to 20 times as I'm listening to a podcast or just doing some mindset, and I'm doing that on Facebook. And what that will do, it'll just start a chain reaction. It might not be any of those people, but like I said, other people on their Facebook on a computer can see what you've been up to if you're connected. It might be some totally different person that I didn't get a chance to connect with them, but they will see that I've been connecting with people. And it'll be that person that sends me a private message and go, hey, Franco, I've seen what you've been doing, man. What is it that you're doing? Does that stuff really work? How does that make money on home really work or whatever? And it begins there. And I'll start helping that person out. And maybe they have a couple of questions, and there I go. I create a little post, or I create a little blog post with steps to answer their question and post it. And then all of a sudden, another person will see that, and they're the ones that buy. I don't know where it's going to come from, but my whole mission is, who can I serve today with some value, and how do I jumpstart every single day? A lot of people come like I did from a job mentality, right? And a lot of times their fear is, but what am I going to do? What's the job description? What do I do on the internet and get paid on Friday? And a lot of times that has to morph and merge, and you have to transcend that into the world of the entrepreneur. In the entrepreneur, it seems scary at first because we don't have that do this, that, pick up your check from human resources, a nice pretty envelope on Friday. We don't have that, but we do have something more powerful. What can I do to serve and add value to my marketplace? I'm not serving one boss that I have to make happy to get that paycheck. You tick off one boss, and that could be a pink slip at the end of the week. So there's, the other side of that. But what I'm doing, I'm sharing value with an entire marketplace. I got a lot of little bosses that might want to buy from me today. So that's a different perspective, but I'm just trying to add value in some sort of way. And to kick it off, I put a smile on people's face. Like you say, I break state. That's a great, and I remember hearing that from you. I remember Tony Robbins is huge with that. But if you can learn how to help people break state to the positive, and they associate your profile picture with that happy feeling, like, man, that guy, what's Franco doing today? What's Darren Little posting about today? I know he's going to make me laugh. I'm going to LOL before breakfast. If you can be that brand in other people, I mean, come on, man. You just took 99% of the work out of this thing, the hard stuff, and you make it a lot easier. But that's what I'm doing, Darren. I'm trying to share value in some sort of way. And as you do that, you collect questions, people chime in, and then now you've got endless content to create, endless. And you just share those results, share those answers to other people's questions, do it publicly. Don't name them and name drop or anything, but just put the information out there. And you'd be surprised, for every one person asks that question, if you're doing things right, networking on Facebook, there's got to be hundreds of people looking for the same answer to the same question. That's all I do. That's all I've been doing. As far as social media is concerned, man, you can simplify that stuff by doing that.
Fantastic. Let me just mute you back out here again. Okay, guys, what I want to do right now is I want to just do a little recap, and I want to sort of break that down even a little bit more so that you can really understand this. Okay, so if you don't have a pen and paper handy right now, I want you to grab one real quick because you're going to want to write this part down. Okay, now let's think of people that are actually already in our industry. Okay, so they're already in direct sales, network marketing, MLM, affiliate marketing, online marketing. Okay, they're already in those categories. Now, typically, those people are taught to make a list of your top 200 contacts. That's all they know. Okay, and I will share with you this. People hate harassing their friends and family. Huge pain. It's massive pain, guys. It's huge pain. Okay. Now, the next thing is they hate getting rejected. Now, if you have a dream and you think that you have your ticket to the promised land and you take it out to people that are sort of your peers and they just crush you, right? Crush your dream, right? That sucks. That sucks, guys, right? It really does, right? And it lowers your confidence. It lowers your self-esteem. And you know what? You don't feel so good about wanting to connect with people about your vision and dream, right? Because rejection sucks, okay? Now, probably within 3-4 weeks, maximum 6 weeks, they're going to already have burnt through that entire warm market list, their top 200, right? So now what? What do they do now? What do they go to a mall? Do they hand out flyers to people? They don't know how to generate leads, okay? Because they're pitching their deal. They actually think when they get up in the morning, who am I going to sell this to today? Who's going to buy my product today? They don't understand the business model because that's not what we do in our industry. It's personal development, leadership, right? Have I got a deal for you? Check out my deal. That's not our industry. That's not the business model that we're in, right? So they're coming from a pitch like global business expanding into multiple countries, looking for key executives. That's not our business model. That's not what we do, right? We help people to solve the pain points that they've already got, right? That's what the leaders do, okay? So they don't like harassing their friends and family. They hate getting rejected. They don't know how to generate leads, okay? Now, even if those people had the leads, like if I was to give you 20,000 leads, you wouldn't even know what to do with them anyway. Why? Because you're coming from the pitch, right? And the pitch gets rejection, right? Instantly. So people, you know, there's this, I don't even know who wrote this book, Go for No, right? I think that's called self-sabotage, quite honestly, right? We all go for yes, right? All the time. But it's the other person that's selling us on their dream. We're not, if you look at our conversations, quite honestly, guys, we don't even talk about companies and products. As long as they work, as long as they provide value in the industry, fair market value, and good compensation for somebody that sells it. Now, once you know that, move that out of the way. Now it's about helping people solve their pain, okay? So if I was to give you 20,000 leads, you wouldn't even know how to close people and upsell them anyway, right? Huge pain. And because of that, because you don't have a story, because you don't know all of those things, you don't have an income story. That's painful, right? And because of that, you don't have any team duplication. Wah, wah, wah. And so you're on a spinner. You're on a spinner, okay? So the leader comes along and says, well, hey, right, we're going to help you be able to market your business without harassing your friends and family. Really? Yeah, you'll never get rejected ever again. Really? Right? Yeah, we're going to show you how to generate an unlimited number of leads for your business. Serious? Yeah. Right? Some of them are going to just buy an autopilot. Some of them are going to buy while you're sleeping. Right? We're going to teach you how to close and upsell those people. And as a result of that, you're going to get explosive team duplication in your business. Well, think about the difference there. Now, what am I talking about? I mean, what am I even selling, right? I haven't talked about anything I'm selling here. I'm helping those people solve their problem, right? And that's a big difference, right? So what I want to talk about now, guys, is I want to, first of all, before I share my screen, before I show you a couple strategies, what I want to do is I want to ask Franco, was it about Black Ops underground marketing? You've been around the block, within this industry for quite some time. What got your attention? What was unique and different about it? And what made you say, I'm in, I'm throwing my hat over the wall here?
Yeah, well, I can tell you exactly what it was. It was this. You guys had an environment and a community that is seamless, and it's built into the front end of your business. That was the other part, because that's what I saw and this is what so Alan, right? So Alan shoots me, I'm on his list, so he shoots me an email, and I saw the email, and the email was very simple. It's like, hey guys, so if 5 and 10s and 20s and little itsy bitsy stuff isn't doing it for you, you could be more happy if you learn how to make hundreds at a time and thousands at a time per sale inside of a great community with a simple system. Click here to check it out. No rush. Something like that. And it was, so when I got to the page, it was your graphics, the Black Ops graphics, and it was a value-based presentation like this. And I saw that there was an environment. It wasn't just a pitch. So long story short, that's what it was. It was the whole package. And when I saw an automated system for the front end, that even if you were brand new, you can share these messages. Then I got inside the group, actually. I got inside the group and I saw that not only were the leaders doing this, but the leaders, like you and Alan and Ari, were giving the entire team these exact messages and images and everything prepackaged, the design, the wording, the copy, the story, everything. And just saying, guys, please meet 5 to 10 new people on Facebook and just post this stuff 3 to 5 times a day. Take these and post them. Follow up with your own posting. Do your own thing, but share these. These are little baits, bait hooked in the water. Just dangling them in there on your downline. So when I saw that you were giving that away, and it led to a good system, and that led to a good training and mindset environment, I mean, it was over. That it was all. Oh, and the other thing too is I appreciate the price point that we are working with here. I see a lot of your posts about the tremendous wrong that big part of the industry does by trying to get a brand new person to cough up their grandma's 401k money to get into a darn program, and they have no right, no business promoting stuff for $57,000 million because overnight this push button thing is going to get you rich. So what I saw here was exactly sweet spot. We can help a ton of people make substantial amounts of money faster here, although we're not gouging grandma out of her, retirement fund and making her mortgage her house to get into a program where there's no training and no nothing. So I saw the heart and I saw the technical aspect of what you were doing, but you've simplified it to a course. Just plug in, learn these concepts, and you teach the absolute fundamentals that are the anchor of everything anyway. That's what led me here. That's what I saw. Complete package.
Fantastic. Guys, what I want to do right now is I want to share with you a couple of things that Franco's brought up here, and that is keep it simple, okay? Now, one of the things that we teach you in Millionaire Mentoring is to be able to master. Now, I'm sharing this with you guys here from my own personal experience, okay? From not just our industry, right? Because I've recruited thousands of people myself, right? But from real business, okay? I've built companies, I've hired management teams, I've raised tens of millions of dollars personally for private companies, public companies, my own companies, and built companies, okay, from scratch, from a vision, from a dream, from putting together a brand to rolling out an executive summary, to hiring the people, to going to do the whole money raise, okay, from scratch. Now, there's one thing that you need to learn to master, okay, if you want to ever make really big money. and that is changing people's state, okay? Once you master changing a person's state, people just start to naturally like you. How about that? Total strangers, okay? So now the other thing is that if you can find 3 things in common with a person in the very first 5 minutes, they just naturally like you. And people like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust, right? That's just normal human nature, right? And also people that they're either like or that they aspire to be like, okay? Now, once you understand this about human nature, right, and people, is that you can win friends and you can influence people. How about that? Okay. And the more value that you provide to them, the more that you're willing to help them solve their pain, instant rapport. You become the attractor factor. It's a phenomenon, guys. It's a phenomenon. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to share my screen. I want to be able to show you what's possible. Okay. Because I want you to keep in mind here that I didn't take out a second mortgage on my house, okay? I didn't have to go to the bank and take out a huge loan for 100,000 like some of these other companies are doing. I didn't have to milk out my 401k. I didn't have to max out my credit cards to hopefully, maybe, somehow, some way be able to get my money back. Okay, and it's a problem in this industry, guys. And I will always be the ambassador for the people, always. Okay, so right now, just to give you an idea, just this last week, because it's really been bothering me a lot, I've already spent at least $1,300 for the people to project into the industry what's actually going on there, because I believe it's criminal. Honestly, I believe that what's going on out there right now in the marketplace should be illegal. It really should. To put families into a position where they really don't have the skills, right? And to promise them and to paint this picture of them that if they spend that $57,000 and another 40 grand in traffic, that they're going to have the lotto. And it's complete bullcrap, okay? And I don't like that. I don't like to see people get hurt that way, because I get the calls from people. They're down the rabbit hole. I get the calls from people saying, Darren, I don't know what to do. I bought into this program. I'm $100,000 in debt. I'm on the verge of bankruptcy, right? That's a problem, guys. And when there's people out there that are knowingly doing that to people, okay, that's a serious problem. I don't like to see that happen, okay? So I will share with you that when we rolled out Black Ops, myself and my business partner, we each, our business startup cost was just over $1,200, okay? So we spent $2,400 on the first day, okay? Now keep in mind, I started alone, and then he, about a little bit after I made 24 grand in my first 5 days. He said, oh my God, this is really happening. He came on board, and now we had a steam engine going. It took us 35 days. We didn't spend a single penny on paid traffic, okay? We didn't run ads. We didn't do Facebook ads. We didn't do solo ads. We didn't do banners, right? We didn't do any type of paid traffic. We just used the strategies that we teach, the exact formula that we teach, and it took us 35 days. We made $240,000 in profit in our business, okay? $240,000 in profit. Now, some people will say, well, oh, Darren, that's because, you've been around, blah, 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 blah. Really? Okay, so how about this? What if I told you that I took a 17, okay, never marketed before, and in his first month, from zero, okay, he made $35,000 in profit. If I told you that I had a guy that just got out of prison, okay, he just finished serving his first month, his first 30 days, he made $28,500, and he only had 100 friends on Facebook when he started. 100. Obviously, we him how to go get more the types of people to connect with and whatnot. Okay. But he was just starting, right? And he didn't exactly have like the best story, right, for somebody to start a business with. Okay. So I want you to really think about, doesn't matter where you do, what your story is, it matters what's your vision. What is your dream? What is your driver? Why do you want freedom in the first place? Why do you want to get a new house, a new car? Why do you want the college fund for the kids? And once you get emotionally connected to that, boom, that's when you start to move mountains. That's when your life changes, okay? Now, what if I told you that we took a mom, right, part-time, that worked from home, she had 2 boys, and her very first month, she had a $10,000 month, okay? She didn't go spend money on traffic, didn't do banners and solo ads and wah. She didn't do any of that. She just used Facebook, right? Facebook's like a gigantic lounge, okay? What told you that somebody was a full-time engineer, okay? They worked part-time, and their very first month, they made $13,000 profit. Okay, so I don't know if we got me back here, but that happens a lot, guys, when the energy builds up, right? We blow the internet. Happens actually quite often. I can tell you, when we get on these broadcasts, we're really talking about the success vibration. And if you didn't know this, right, if you've never been in millionaire mentoring before, success is a radio broadcast frequency. It's actually a feeling in the body. Now, if you tune into that vibration, the internet cable, right, cannot handle the data. It's a phenomenon, guys. A lot of people don't understand this about quantum physics and about manifestation and about how to create your own reality. This is what we teach you in our training in Black Ops, to really help you tap into your personal power. It's a phenomenon, let me tell you, when this stuff really starts going, okay? Now, the thing I'm going to share with you guys is this. I'm going to actually show you, right? I'm going to show you my screen right now, and I'm going to log in to my back office so that you can see what's actually possible, okay? So you can see what's actually possible. Now, what I'm going to actually do, guys, because a lot of people say, well, Darren, you know, that looks like it might not be your back office, right? Or, you know, you could have put that up on your screen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually log in to my back office. Okay, you can see them live here, right? And I'm going to log in, and you'll see the numbers come up in the back office on the commissions. Right? Oh, look, I've got 2 more payments that just came in. Right here you can see it says you've received payments, required confirmation, you've received confirmation. So right here, you can see there's $196,400 in $1,000 payments and another $1,700 in the $100 payments. Now, the thing that I'm going to share with you guys here about this is that you can see that almost everybody, like that's probably like 98% or maybe even more, it could be 98%. I have to run the calculator, but almost every person gets this particular package. Now, why is that? Because that is where the millionaire mentoring happens. This is where people get over $28,000 in value from us as leaders, right? All the 7-figure income earners combined, and that's what they want. They want live, interactive coaching, and Millionaire Men show them exactly what we do. We actually do live recruiting so that you can watch us in action. Now, what would it be like for you if you could get access to real millionaire mentoring with real live recruiting, and you could actually listen to everything that we said, every question that we asked, how we responded to every response that came back, and how we took people from the front door all the way to the finish line, so that you could actually watch us popping those $1,000 commissions. Okay, now it's exciting, guys. It's exciting. Now I'm going to go here just as an example into this area here, because I want for you guys to really see this and really understand the power of this, to understand what is possible. I want for you to so here's an example. Okay, so this lady here is coming in from Australia, right? She just activated, you can see today is the 12th, so she just activated last night, right? She's in Australian dollars, so she has to convert the money into US. So she'll be sending her money in here the next 24 hours. So let's go here. So what do we got? Alex, there's the 11th, right? So that means that I almost set myself up there for a $2,000 day on just one income stream, okay? You can see here, here's Robert that paid on the 7th, right? Paid here, right? Here's another one that's just coming in right now, Anita. She's paid her for her reseller rights. She's actually, right after Mother's Day this weekend, she will be activating and paying her millionaire mentoring, right? But if you look at these are all $1,000 payments, guys. These are all $1,000 payments. These people are people that are partway through the system, but they haven't yet activated, right? So all these say paid. These are all $1,000 payments. Now, let's go into understand a little bit about what we actually market, okay? There's two things that you need to master any type of business. You need more leads and you need more cash flow. If you take out those two things, your business will go bankrupt. More leads and more cash flow. There's two areas that you need to focus on to master that, okay? The first area is personal development and leadership, and the next area is marketing strategies, okay? Personal development, leadership, and marketing strategies. So we show people how the seven-figure income earners work. We go out and we find something that's already made, that already has all the content, and we purchase the reseller rights to the product. Now, in this particular case, you purchase the reseller rights for $99 per quarter or $299 per year, okay? Now, when you get this basics for the $99 per quarter, there are a lot of great marketing strategies that will help you to generate leads for your business, any business. You could be a realtor, mortgage broker, insurance, automotive industry, does not matter. You might be selling weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, it doesn't matter. Now, there's two different products. There's a $100 product and a $1,000 product. The $100 product allows you to make $100 commissions. The $1,000 product allows you to make both $100 and $1,000 commissions. Now, once again, the two areas that you need to dominate in your business are how do you generate leads? How do you provide value to the industry that's going to hit mass market? Now, what do I mean by mass market? So if you're with a weight loss company and I'm with a skincare company, we both already feel that we have our ticket to the promised land. So what are we going to do? We're going to butt heads right away because you think you got your ticket. I think I got my ticket. Boom, we're going to butt heads in the middle. So what am I going to say now? Our comp plan's better than your comp plan. No, our track record's better than your track record. We've got a better management team than you do. So I'm right into butting heads. But if I go onto social media and I say, who here wants to learn how I was able to generate over 1,000 red hot targeted leads for my business within the last 48 hours? Is anybody interested? Guess who's coming? They're all coming, guys. All the qualified buyers are coming. So the amount of content that we have in this product is just next level. This is where the millionaire mentoring takes place in our $1,000 Genesis Elite product. There's a vault here of some really, really powerful people in all sorts of companies. You know, you might recognize these names: Jeff Mills, great marketer; Greg Gomez, Evan Clausen. I'm actually in here with an interview as well. Josh Peak, Larry Wiggett, Ray Higdon did about $4 million in his coaching business last year. Tracy Walker did a couple $1 million in the Power Network. Todd Falcone, another big name in the industry. These are all generic guys, okay? So what you'll find when you go to, say, an Eric Worre event, people can get up and talk about the industry, right? In general, it's not about the products. It's about the personal development. It's about the person that you become in the process. It's about becoming a leader, okay? It's about becoming a leader. So Jack Zufeld, author of DNA Success, phenomenal personal development in there. If you've seen the movie called The Secret, this is the program called The Village of Anything is Possible. So what we're going to do here, guys, because obviously our energy is just too powerful here today. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap up right now, because I want for you to know this. Not, let's see where we at for date. Okay, so not this next Sunday, okay? The Sunday after, okay, the Sunday after, I'm going to be doing what's called a Super Sunday, okay? Now, what exactly does that mean? I do some really, really next level of millionaire mentoring, guys, okay? And I show you how to generate unlimited leads for any business, how to never get rejected, how to literally become the attractor factor where you can recruit new reps into any business in 6 to 45 minutes, okay? No joke, okay? Doesn't matter who you are, what age you are. We got people as young as 15 years old that made $7 grand their first month. 15, guys, 15 years old, $7 grand their first month, okay? So a week Sunday, right? I'm gonna be doing a 3-hour intensive, okay? Now, when I say 3-hour intensive, that is a $3,000 bonus, right? That I'm gonna give to you for free. And I'm going to even do live recruiting where you can actually see me recruit, okay? Now, right underneath this video, there's going to be a link, right? And what I'm going to share with you is this. Obviously, if you've been sent here by somebody, make sure that you get back to them, right? Because you're still going to get access to the Millionaire Mentoring. You're still going to get access to that $3,000 bonus if you take action right now and throw your hat over the wall and say, you know what? I'm ready to go to the next level. Okay, I'm ready to stop being sick and tired of sick and tired. I'm ready to take my life 10x to the next level, okay? Now, if we can help a 17-year-old kid with no marketing experience ever before make $35,000 in his very first 30 days, trust me, we can help you. We can help you guys, okay? We can help you. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what background, what skills that you've currently got. We can help you, okay? Now, here's the process. When you first of all click that button underneath, you're going to pay $99 for the reseller rights to our product, or $299 per year, right? $99 per quarter, $299 per year. Then you log into your back office, right? You need the Genesis Elite package, okay? The Genesis Elite library. Now, in the event that you purchase that, it's $1,000, it's $50 for PayPal transaction fees. You are going to get entry into the Super Sunday, okay? Now, that training will completely make everything clear for you in your business. I don't care what your marketing is. Doesn't matter. You can be in weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, doesn't matter. We help people do this in the leaderboards, right? Literally, okay? They say, how do you do it, Darren? Take the focus off of what you think you're marketing and put your focus on to helping people solve their pain, okay? So once again, hello, throw your hat over the wall. We're going to actually be sending this out as a broadcast. So a week Sunday, okay? Super Sunday. This next week, I forgot I was going to be in Los Angeles. I'm going away for a week there to LA and then San Fran, doing a little vacation. So the following week, boom, we are game on. 3-hour Super Sunday. Franco, do you got any closing remarks here before we wrap up?
Jump on the Super Sunday is all I got to say. Jump on the Super Sunday coaching session, period.
Awesome. So guys, you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. What I would encourage you to do is this. No matter what you are marketing, okay, no matter what you are marketing, I'm telling you that you will literally see yourself rising like cream to the top in whatever business that you're doing. And once we show you how to master, guys, you can have multiple income streams over here, multiple on the back end. The important thing is you learn what to do on the front end, okay? And I will share this with you. It's not pitching your deal, okay? It's not. It's helping to solve the pain of the marketplace. Guys, my name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm on here with Franco. I hope you got value today. I hope you took a lot of copious notes. Throw your hat over the wall, click the link below, and we'll see you on Super Sunday. Have a great day. All the best.